Threesome gone wrong leads to cheating. Last year me 21M and my GF 20F both jokingly brought up the idea of a threesome. We have been together for almost 5 years and our relationship has always had a little of trust and respect. We never call each other names and we literally never fight or argue, it was perfect. Fast forward to the threesome, my GF ends up picking the third girl to join us. The boundaries we set were to communicate if we didn't feel comfortable with something and making sure that we both felt respected still with another person in the bedroom. We end up hanging out with this girl 3 to 4 times and of those times we had sex multiple times. It was mostly me fugging the girl and I wasn't giving my GF much. My GF and the girl only really gave each other oral. I will admit that I did not handle this correctly and let a shiny new toy steal all my attention. I did not have any feelings at all towards the girl, purely just saw her as something that I don't normally have and got too excited. I will admit that I was definitely too friendly and almost treating the girl like my own GF. My GF didn't really express herself until everything had happened and multiple times at that. I put a stop to the threesome thing immediately. Over the course of the last year till now, my GF acted as if she was just hurt and was trying to heal. She said she felt cheated on, felt like the second option, she felt like I threw her to the side for a new girl we just met. When I'd ask her about it I could tell she was hurt but she made it seem like she would be okay and just needed time. I always apologized but I now know that I never made it seem sincere because I truly didn't feel like I had crossed any lines since we had discussed our ground rules before anything happened. Our life continued pretty normally or so I thought. I did everything I could to make it up to her. Fast forward to this year, my GF tells me that she wants to take some time apart so that she can work on her mental health and heal because it hurt to look at me sometimes. She is mentally unstable and has had depression in the past / still does. I know I shouldn't have let the threesome happen knowing that she's not stable but I can't turn back time now. I decided to snoop through her MacBook last month and I find out that she's been texting a bunch of other guys. This is not like her at all which really shocked me. This is where it gets interesting because it all unfolds in a week. I find out that she cheated on me behind my back. She downloaded dating apps early April 2024 and didn't tell me she wanted some space until mid-April. I didn't think much of it, just not spending as much time together. In her mind she was trying to break up, it was not clear at all and those words never came up. She cheated on me Sunday, April 21st. While I was at home taking her biology final exam for her, I'll get to more about this in next paragraph. On Tuesday, April 23rd, I try to talk to her to see how she's feeling and also bring her clean laundry as I wash and fold her clothes. It was on this day that she made it a little more clear that she wanted a clean full break and not just some time. On Friday, April 26th, I wrote her a very heartfelt letter about how sorry I was because I didn't know how much damage I had actually done to her. I went to her place to drop it off and this was the same night I looked through her MacBook and found her texts. I confronted her after she got off work, we had a very heartfelt conversation with lots of tears. The next morning was when she revealed to me that she cheated. She had cheated seeking revenge and to satisfy her emotions. At first I was upset but was willing to accept it because I had already brought up the idea a few times to even the score so long as she told me everything beforehand. What made me go crazy was the following week's worth of lies. She told me she didn't do anything at first when I first found the texts, then once she admitted she did something, she said she used protection. I just found out this week she lied and we had unprotected sex afterwards as well. She told me her friends that are bad influences drove her there and they all went like it was some kind of road trip. She eventually confessed that her friends did not take part in it after I texted her friends. There were at least 6 to 7 major lies in the story and for something this serious, I think it's just plain messed up to be lying. If I gave you a chance after finding out, why not just keep it straight? Now some very important details. Our relationship is very much one-sided and I don't mind. I pretty much do everything for her. I cook, I clean, do her laundry, I manage 4 companies, I take her places, she is absolutely spoiled beyond belief. When we first met at 16 to 17 years old, her relationship with her parents was not great and I spoke up for her which was scary ASF for a 17-year-old. I helped her gain so much freedom within her own Hispanic household. I gave her so many opportunities within my companies where she was making $40/HR doing 1/2 the work of a fast food worker. After the threesome incident, she was very upset and depressed and we are both in school so I picked up some of her slack and helped her get A's in multiple classes. I took her to Japan, she bought so much stuff and we had a great time. I don't know how else to say it but I literally do everything for her, if you can name it, I've done it. From my POV, I've given her my life. So many opportunities. I come from a little bit of money, upper middle class Asian family. We have a lot of resources and I always provide her what she needs whether it's food or financial support. She comes from a lower class Hispanic family. I feel so betrayed that she would do this behind my back after I've done so much to change her life. I called her selfish, useless, and ungrateful. The only thing I ever asked from her was loyalty and respect. She can't give me that anymore. The situation currently, 3 weeks ago she was begging me to not leave and that she will work on herself to be better for me. She said I can do whatever I want, even sleep with other girls. I told her to kick rocks. I would not give up my body and dignity to my own emotions. I'm not as stupid as her. As of this week, May 19, 2024. She is back on medication to control her emotion and she still doesn't want me to leave. She keeps telling me that she still loves me so much and does not want anyone else. I wanted to wait a bit to see if she was begging out of panic and distress. Now she is much more calm and isn't breaking down quite as bad, still crying, and the feelings seem more real and painful rather than out of terror and panic. Here's the kicker: over the last year since the threesome, she became very rude and mean towards me. I'll spare the details, but it was like if I bought her flowers, she'd throw them on the floor and stomp them out. I knew it was because of what happened and she was bottling her emotions. But this took a tremendous toll on me, especially since I work a lot and my time outside of work is all with her. I sleep only 2 to 3 hours a night. I cheated on her twice with 2 different girls over the last year out of sheer stress and trying to cope with the treatment I was getting from her. You may ask, why didn't I just leave? Why cheat? How would it have looked if the threesome incident happened? She became depressed and I just left. The alternative would be to stay and just suffer through her verbal and emotional abuse. I felt trapped. If you read this far, I appreciate you and hope you can give me some feedback. Let me know if I need to clarify anything or give more detail.